The 10 News Weather Authority, always watching and tracking for you from the JES Weather Center.
Hello, everyone. In the last 24 hours, there has not been much rain across not only our region, but a lot of the country. There's been some up into New England, but that's about it. I mean, even looking further off towards the west, a little bit on the Iowa-Illinois border, and then some coming more consistently into California. They're looking at some flooding risk because of the rain out that direction, but the rest of the country is staying pretty dry for right now. As we keep on going through the night into tomorrow, winds are still going to stay on the high side. But temperature-wise, most of us are able to make it up into the 70s. Saturday, we're going to see a lot of us making it into the low to mid-70s. Roanoke gets to 75. Lynchburg gets 77, so there is some good warmth there. I'm not entirely confident that we'll see a lot of 80s on Saturday, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see 1 or 2 on Sunday. It's not a huge difference between our temperatures. The NRV adds a degree. Highlands is one of the more significant warm-ups, adding about 3 degrees. Same thing in Roanoke, and then Lynchburg and Southside are both adding 2. So there definitely is heat headed our direction. That's because we're in the warm sector of our next system headed our direction. The general flow around the low pressure system is going to be counterclockwise, which is what we usually see. There's colder air coming on the left side of it, and on the right side, the east side, we bring in a lot of warmer air. That's coming up from the Gulf and headed our direction, bringing us plenty of heat and plenty of moisture. It doesn't really cause too many showers on Saturday, but on Sunday we get some more sprinkles. And as we get into Monday itself, that's going to be able to turn into more consistent rainfall. And then as the cold front approaches us from the west, it's going to bring a lot of colder air into contact with that warmer air. That big difference in temperatures means that air really wants to rise. As it does, that moisture all turns into clouds, starts bumping around, turns into some isolated storms for us. I think the main storm risk on Tuesday is mostly in Kentucky and Tennessee, but it stretches up into West Virginia. And for us, I think we can get some storms here and there. I don't think it's one big giant line of severe storms that comes through. I think it's kind of little pieces that pop up here and there in more consistent rainfall. Now, temperature-wise, as we keep on going through the end of the week, a lot of us are going to stay above average, but once we get to that middle point of next week, things are going to change. Still warm on Sunday, but there's colder air spreading as that cold front gets closer to us. By Tuesday, we're still fairly close to average, and then on Wednesday, a lot of cold comes in. We're swinging from temperatures up into the 70s down into the 60s and even 50s as we get to the later parts of next week. We haven't had a ton of rain in the last 6 days, especially in the last 5 days. It hasn't been too impressive, so we'll get some helpful rain as this system comes through. Through next week, it doesn't exactly look too impressive, but I think a lot of us are going to get help out, and that's going to prevent us from seeing much in terms of drought anytime soon. Roanoke's at 46 for the low tonight. Most of our temperatures are going to end up in the 70s for tomorrow. Then we keep on warming up. We'll be at our warmest before that front comes through. After it does, expect some dry, cool days into the weekend.